We want to thank you guys for joining us in on this warm and toasty Friday. It's Friday. Yeah, it's real toasty and stuff, y'all. But how's everybody doing? We want to thank you guys for joining us in. And today, of course, we are having our illustrious guests here who are always here. And, of course, I see here, she's sitting over there. She's looking like she's real cranky today. We're going to hopefully brighten her day up. How you doing, Miss Nikki G?
I am good.
Oh, you're just going to just come up there. Just not talking to the object. You know how. There you go. Take it. There you go.
I am wonderful today.
You wonderful today?
I am.
No. You know, Nikki, she like red from like 5 heartbeats. You know, she don't answer her phone at a certain time.
Most people that know me, that really, really know me, know that.
She said, really. You see how she read that?
I am not a phone talker.
You're not a phone talker?
I prefer to text.
Oh, text.
I want people to call me. If it's very important, I have like a couple of people that I do pick up the phone for.
Oh, so not Django. Oh.
Like Jennifer Jackson. She probably out there listening.
Oh, is Jennifer out there listening?
I always have to pick up the phone for Jennifer. I always have to pick up the phone for my cousin Rhonda Kelly.
What's up, Jen? What's up, Rhonda?
For her.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I know they don't like texting. And
don't like texting.
If I start getting into texting, they gonna pick up the phone and call me. But I'm just not a phone talker.
I think she.
Because if you
should be doing something strange for a piece of change. That's 6 o'clock.
If you can say it in the text, you ain't gotta call me.
She don't listen to my text. You can tell when we in the car. She don't be nigga, please. You're like a Negro, please. Yeah.
I have a busy life.
You have a busy. Well,
I'm in the middle of writing a book.
Yes, your cookbook.
I'm trying to do that, and then I have my grandson like 3 days out of the week. So I'm
you got busy life.
I'm a busy girl.
Yeah, she busy. I respect you at 6 o'clock.
I ain't answering the phone after 7 p.m.
Oh, you ain't okay. That's them times.
Unless
you know.
it's my
Brent,
parents.
you heard that? That's them times
when my
7 o'clock.
When my phone say parents, I'll pick up.
Oh, okay. And Head Seven, what's popping, baby boy?
What's up?
My man over there.
Yeah.
You ain't grown no hair this week again either, did you?
Nah, I'm repping the Cavs. Hopefully they can win tonight. But
okay,
who knows?
You have enough coffee today? You all right?
You win tonight.
The Cavs.
Oh, the Cavs. You hope the Cavs win.
My Cavs shirt on, yeah.
Wait, I thought the series was over. I thought.
No, it'll be over tonight if they don't win.
It'll be over tonight if they don't. If they lose.
It's gonna be over.
I thought that they already won.
Yeah, I know. Might as well. You seeing so many memes on Facebook.
That's one of the reasons why.
Sass and LeBron, and that's the thing. Nobody sass the team. They want sass LeBron.
Have the Cavaliers won any?
Nope.
Nope.
So what? It's 4 games and that's the
4 games and that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
The one hit a quitter.
Yeah.
So.
But it could be rigged where.
Well, you know, every year I think they give it to us.
They let the Cavaliers
win
tonight.
1
year.
Win 1 game, so they be like, we already hit. We know we're gonna win 1 more, so let's just go ahead and give the fans what they come for.
That remind me like with the Yankees. The Yankees did that with Boston 1 year. They were doing the World Series. The Yankees won the first 3 games, couldn't win the last game. They let Boston take the last 4 games. I'm like, you sorry.
Yep.
Remember that?
Yeah,
they started off, almost had the Boston Red Sox swept, and then lost the last 4 games.
You know, Golden State did that 2 years ago. Remember
they retarded.
Yep, they had the 3, and then Cleveland came all the way back and won the last 4 games.
Man, that's sad. That's sad. Now they gonna look. And of course, over here,
it's rigged anyway.
It's rigged. You think so?
It's rigged.
It's rigged. You sound like Donald Trump now. It's rigged. It's gonna be rigged. I'm gonna tell you now. Of course, over here on the wheel still, but since Dynamic Dave, he out doing something with his rib nuts. He over back here behind me with his rib nuts. The DJ with no name. How you doing there, bro?
Feeling great, feeling good. How are you, sir?
Feeling good. Okay, we good. We good. So today we're gonna talk about the topic today is going to be the state of the world today, and it seems has this country went kind of like reality show in the last year and a half, maybe. It's like every week is something new going on, and you kind of got to detach yourself from the reality to keep yourself sane with what's going on, with what's going on. Let's start on the topic that's probably of the most seriousness. And I want to say this because I don't want any of us to minimize the seriousness, and I know, Nikki, you can relate, and that's the topic of suicide. This week we had two celebrities that ended up taking themselves out, Kate Spade and Anthony Bourdain. That actually happened this morning. I was at work and I saw about it. And we often so much talk about suicide, but it's strange that people only want to talk about suicide when it's somebody that's popular, somebody that's a household name, somebody we don't think about it when it comes to my family. See, I had a good family friend of mine years ago that I've known since Baylor. I've lived here in Little Rock, and he killed himself. And the topic of suicide is not really that serious until we see somebody that we can put a face to.
It's always serious.
Well, I mean, I'm just
Suicide
saying,
is always
but
serious
it's always serious. But when you put a face to it, like Kate Spade and Anthony Bourdain, then people make notice. And you know, I saw somebody really went like on a limb after they have a suicide pact together. I'm like,
yeah. Especially if you see somebody rich committing suicide, you be like, why would they commit suicide?
Because money has nothing to do with happiness. The money, if you've always had issues, mental issues, or had always been in a state of having a hard time dealing with difficult things, then regardless if you all of a sudden become rich, you still internally have those issues. The money only means that you can live a little better, you can experience a little more, you can pay your bills, but you're always struggling within. And on the flip side is that some poor people that money is the struggle within them, but still, I think that they're famous, and people. I've read what people's like. Well, if I had that type of money, I wouldn't kill myself. You never know. You never know a person's breaking point. You never know what actually went on. What was the last straw with them? Right. But also that we have people that we know that you really don't know. We all, I'm sure, know people with a diagnosed or undiagnosed mental illness. Right. And I'm saying that we know people that could be at their breaking point. Those are the people that we should reach out to. You should give them, they need to seek professional help. It's fine trying to talk to your friends, trying to talk to your family, trying to talk to your church. Right. They can only give you encouraging words, but you really need to seek some type of professional help. Right.
And you better be careful talking to some of these pastors.
Yep.
Because I was leaving alone because that was the topic we almost touched today.
I don't think I would ever go to a pastor for any type of any type
of leg up.
I would never go to a pastor for any type of counseling.
Any type of counseling,
whether it's relationship, marriage, I would never go to them. I would seek someone.
Sister, nigga, he just don't.
I would need to go to someone that is a professional.
Right. Professional,
because everybody can give advice.
Gerald on there. What's up, Gerald? So and of course, Logic made this song that became really a big hit, beginning of last year, or end of last year, which was the suicide hotline. And that became a very big topic because I guess it seems that in a society where it seems that everybody's connected, we're still very much disconnected. We live our lives through social media. We live our lives through all of this, but we're still disconnected from each other. Hey, Karen, how you doing, darling? We're still very disconnected from society. We stay in our phones, and that's what we interact with. And people cannot nowadays have a relationship or relationships with people. Not even just talking about intimate relationships. People can't have relationships with people without staying into their phones. I saw something this weekend kind of made me even take stock of myself. I went out to go see Martin Anthony Payne. He was on the comedy circuit at the Looney Bin. Great show, by the way. Anthony Payne. I want to take a shout out to Nate Williams for bringing him here to Little Rock. That was very nice. And I was sitting by a couple friends I knew. They sat by the whole show and then picked their phone up. And that, I'm like, wow. And I had to look
wonderful.
No, I mean, that's great, but everybody else in the place was on their phone, even if they were just on their phones just to take pictures of him, or run live feeds of him there. They sat there and listened to the whole show and did not pick up their phone, not one time.
I am going to pick up my phone.
You going to pick up your phone?
Yep. I mean,
you know why? Because that's why you got to be at 6 o'clock. You be quiet.
I've heard people say like when they go out to dinner, everyone put their cell phone in the middle of the table, and the first one that decide to pick it up is the one that has to pay everyone bill.
Well, Nikki, you gonna be paying
that's a good idea.
So that's a way to have people engage
Yeah, that's the way to have them engaged, but they ain't gonna pay. They pick it up.
Yeah,
I hate to see my job.
You
call.
on 2 phones now?
Yeah, I got 2 phones. So I know I shouldn't be talking. I got 2 cell phones. So I mean, hey, it happens. It happens. Yeah. So now that we've seen this happen, and the reality, I guess, again hits between the fact that we got people out here going whack-a-loon, shooting up stuff, and here's the whole point: people are out here shooting just random. I mean, are we really delving into a society? Hey, Tam, how you doing, darling? Are we delving into a society where people have just gotten to the point that they just detached? They just detach from reality, and either people are deciding 2 things. Either it's best to end it all personally and not have to deal with life, or do we have to go out here and do something that's so over-the-top crazy that they're going to end their career and their lives? So in other words, I can't go shoot up no school. Because I'd be dead before I come out the door.
I saw a doctor on television this morning that was speaking on the suicides, and they said that people that are on the edge, just watching this can push them over. Them seeing those 2 people commit suicide, if they ever, been on suicide watch or ever attempted suicide, that things like this can also trigger them.
Right. So yeah, and I mean...
and that's more of a reason that if you know someone that's ever tried to commit suicide, that at this time with it being spoken about on the national level, this would be a good time to kind of reach out to them to make sure that they're okay, make sure that they're in a good space, and, if they need help, to try to point them in the right direction.
Right. And we do need to do that. I mean, so much on social media, people so busy being petty.
So many people on social media is faking being happy that they really on suicide watch.
You ain't lying.
But within, I'm serious. They want to present this type of lifestyle, or they want to convince others.
Yeah, you've been on that lately.
they can try to convince other people of being happy, but once they're off social media, they're dying inside. They are struggling. Within themselves, but to appear happy.
Right.
They don't want anybody. They're too focused on, can somebody see that I'm depressed or I'm going through some type of mental illness, that I'm going to put this facade out, that I'm just living this exciting life, which people probably thought that those 2 was living like this great life, traveling.
Because we assume that people with money live a great life.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. And it's not always the case. And they're not the only celebrities who have committed suicide. So I'm just saying that, it's a terrible thing. But I think that if you know someone personally that's going through something, it's best for you to try to reach out to them versus just like posting rest in peace to those 2 that's just previously passed. But people that you don't know. Right. So if you know someone that is struggling with some type of mental illness, I say reach out and talk to them and make sure that they're okay today.
Yep. Do that a little bit.
Even Oprah said she knows a lot of rich people that are very unhappy.
Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't seem like she is, but
she said I'm a happy rich person, but I've met a few rich people that are very unhappy people.
Donald Trump is enough.
Sure. I'm a happy broke person. You're right. I'm a happy broke person. I'm a happy
happiness
person.
Is a happiness.
Exactly.
Happiness is an inside job.
It's an inside job.
Yeah.
People don't understand that. There's a difference between happiness and joy. But a person can bring you joy, but happiness is an inside job.
That's something that's only left up to you. No one can make you happy.
Right.
It starts with you, and I'm broke, but damn it, but I'm happy.
You ain't damn near what? They're gone. We gonna say it. We gonna you just don't gotta try to.
You ain't broke.
They said they was gonna curse on air today. Damn near. So I guess
I'm just saying. So money has nothing. Money can make some
nigga know she ain't broke. You know she's scocking on collard green linguine.
You living in the United States, you ain't. Trust me.
You ain't broke by
you ain't broke by
even the brokest person in this country is doing
good. I could stand to have a couple of millions in my bank account.
I understand
that.
About
$999 million from a million, but
but still,
whatever
issues that I got going on, even with money, it's still gonna be there.
Right.
So
and I think that's why it's easier for the struggle. Let's talk about this because this is another thing. I think people, when we talk about life sucks, and life does suck. Okay,
Mine don't.
No, I mean life in general. I ain't talking about mine.
Got
Give me
your
a
good
goat. I'm good.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying life in general sucks. If we just say life didn't suck, we couldn't say that. Life is fair and it's fair to everybody, and what you put into something is what you get out of something. That's not the way life works. Life in general sucks, but your life doesn't have to suck. You understand what I'm saying? So let's get that clear. So my thing is life is unfair. So let's talk about something, since we were talking about this earlier before the show started. When we talk about life's unfair, look at what's going on when we talk about are things the way they should be. Look at this guy that we were talking about in the room, the 30-year-old. Mm-hmm. Who had to get evicted by his parents. That little DJ, you had to crack up on that one. I mean, just think about that.
Yeah.
I mean, New York cat, and I mean, my New York peeps. I mean, it's just sad. But here's what I'm talking about when we talk.
But who do you blame?
The parents. That's what I'm
Exactly.
saying. Because they raised that Frankenstein.
It's his parents' fault.
Yeah.
And then they just.
And now you want to know why he out of control.
They just finally got sick of it.
Right. And I mean, here's the thing what's so funny about it when we talk about life's not fair. What do you think his life feels like right now? Since he had to get kicked out, because he was thinking that he's entitled, and I think that's a problem with our society. A lot of us think we entitled. We entitled to think that we supposed to have a good life and everything supposed to be easy, and we would love our parents to take care of us for the rest of our lives. We had some rich parents, but it don't work that way. We just don't want to stay in their house and have to live under their rules. But I mean, it's not fair. I mean, you think about this guy. He comes in. I mean, 30 years old. They got to take him to court because they don't let little Frankenstein became Big Frankenstein, and he had all this money that he has paid on this storage, but he wouldn't even go help them pay rent. And I know Nikki had a big issue, but she said, "Black folks, we make our kids pay rent. You make your kids pay rent, nigga, if they get grown."
No, I mean, I was touching on the subject that your kids, as soon as they graduate high school and they decide like maybe they don't want to go to school, or even if they do decide to go to school and work and stay at home, that usually they'd be like, okay, soon as you turn 18, you gotta go. You gotta go. Or
go to the military.
Or if you stay here, you're gonna have to pay some bills.
Right.
Now I do think that after a certain age, that especially if they're not trying to do anything, but if they're working and trying to complete school, I see no problem with letting them stay there without having to pay anything. Mm-hmm. But that's only going to be temporary. This is not going to be a situation where 3 or 4 years down the line, you still staying here and you ain't finished school, something you started, or
so you're not going to make them joke.
Jumping job to job and you just staying here. No, I mean, every adult need their own space.
Right.
Yeah. Need their own space. And then, too, when you're an adult and you stay at home, you still need to go by your parents' rules. Some people, they at home in their 30s and 40s and still hanging out all night.
I think it's your undercover boyfriend on the phone. Hold on. Devil's Advocate Radio. Do you know where your children are?
Yeah, my baby mama on the show right now.
Boy, look here. See, I knew it. I told him to take the call. What's going on, Stanley? How you doing, bro?
My name ain't Shelly. My name Rufus.
Oh, really?
Yeah, me and Nikki G got baby got.
Yeah, ooh, they got them cherries.
Twix.
We got. He treat my son like a dog.
And so what's going on? Talk to us, bro. Talk to us what's going on in the state of the world today. I mean, everything just going whack-a-loon. I'm not surprised with the current person we got sitting in office. And I'm not trying to allege that has anything correlated to it, but it just seems that now it's like every week is a reality show. I mean, can we get any more wacky in society now?
I just need some tissue because this porta potty ain't comfortable.
Lord, I hope they do this live. So what's going on? Talk to us, man. In light of everything, talk to us what's going on. What's what you want to talk about? What's on your mind? What's trending? Talk to us.
I want to talk about Nikki G taking me to Samantha's for a pork chop with applesauce on it.
That would not be me.
Well, who you got on that game night, Stanley?
I got the team that's gonna score the most points gonna win.
No, there you go. That's a safe answer. That means you know.
But I do want some lemon pepper hot wings though.
Okay, well, come on to the Wing Shack. We're gonna go hook you up. What's going on?
Wing Shack ain't got no napkins.
Oh, I hope they don't hear that.
Where did you get that from? I'm trying to
there.
remember. I remember having napkins.
You have a
while
napkin, but
there.
you ate the fish though, so you eat the lemon pepper wing.
I
They ain't
still
got
need
no napkins. You gotta go in the bathroom and wash your hands and get a paper towel.
Oh my goodness! Now that I hadn't heard of.
So,
Did you experience that, or you just talking?
No, I'm for real. I was there last Tuesday and I had asked for some napkins and she told me to go get some paper towel.
at the bathroom?
Out the bathroom and somebody had just did a Paducah poop. I had to hold my
And
breath.
you mean
while
to
I was
tell
getting
me I would have said, "Can you go get them?"
No, because she was on the cash register trying to get me some lemonade.
You know we can't go eat that no more. We done said it on the radio. We banned
I still go.
I'll be
eat
like,
there.
that's Stanley that said that.
I'm just gonna make sure that they have some paper towels,
Some paper towels not coming out the
napkins,
bathroom.
something.
So what you do?
Maybe they forgot
Yeah,
to go to
stuff off
Sam's
there,
that morning, or they could have ran out that day.
No, they had ran out on Wednesday too because I was there Tuesday and Wednesday.
Then why you go back if you didn't have any on Tuesday?
Because I had a coupon.
They got coupons? I need to get some of them. You know, black folks.
They got coupons. A coupon is when you friends with a Q dog, he steals some chicken for you and give it to you out the back door.
Which location? Because I think someone said they had a new location now.
Now you gonna get us hurt by the brothers.
They got a new location in downtown Southwest Little Rock too.
Oh, do they?
Okay, I thought I heard they had a new location.
Yeah, on John Barrow.
No, I think I heard. I thought I heard they had one somewhere on Mapleville Cutoff or somewhere.
Do they?
I don't know.
That's downtown Southwest Little Rock.
Oh, downtown South. Oh, you trying to say about
Whatever. I get my wings on the north side.
Oh, they got one in North Little Rock too.
Not Wing Shack.
Oh, no.
Hey, I do want to say something about. I don't know what's up with all these rich white people killing themselves, but I don't need no parts of that in my city. That's ridiculous. They need to get some mental help or something. That's some tissue.
Some of them have been in therapy for years, but you know, once you start feeling better or stop taking your medication, you feel you're fine.
I be saying the same thing, and then I go in the bathroom and I had that burning sensation.
You know what? I can't with disappointed today. Well, this is gonna be one of the last shows. I can see this coming. So
And I just want to say that if you at work and you always go to the bathroom, you should keep an extra pair of shoes up under your desk so nobody knows it's you.
No, I'm gonna say that if you have to go and you at work, you just need to take leave and go home.
I get paid to get my job. I just hang my pants up on the back of the stall and just take my sweet time.
Some people need to go home. Stomach
I
messed
can't
up,
even
go home.
hear all of this that I'm listening to right now.
It's fine. I mean, I work from home, so hey.
And then if you go to the bathroom a whole lot, white pants probably the right thing for you to wear.
Boy, look, we ain't gonna have no show after this one. What about the Philadelphia Eagles, Stan? Talk to us about that. They decided to give Trump the middle finger.
I love it. I think I'm gonna give me an Eagles jersey. Do they got a Kaepernick and an Eagles jersey I can wear?
Yeah, they do. It's called Capitals.
Yeah, I'm gonna give me a Kaepernick Eagles jersey.
Yeah, the Kaepernick.
Speaking of sorry teams, I was talking to the Dallas Cowboys the other day, and they said that he had wrecked his Lamborghini. He was riding a bike.
So wait a minute, hold on. Did you agree with what? Did you see the interview that the coach from the Eagles put down with that? Did you see what was going on when the Eagles said they weren't going to go to the White House?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so they said that basically that Trump had made the issue about him. Do you think that's a winning issue with him about the national anthem and kneeling?
I think that Trump needs to. You know what? I really want to. I got a message for all these young black kids. Go out there and marry you a Trump and give him some mixed grandbabies. That's what I want y'all to do.
And what's up with your boy LeVar Ball? What's up with him? What was he talking about? Because we put that out there too. That's supposed to be your boy. Isn't it? He told we got to stand up and get out and do our own thing. So do you agree with that?
All right. I just think that y'all just got to figure it out and just get these dudes some black grandkids And by the time their grandkids come up, they'll learn how to appreciate the African American culture.
Okay. Well, we get ready to take us a break, Sally. Anything else you want to say before we go?
Mama, I love you. P.O.P., baby.
Oh, I get off my phone. Well, thank you for that. Well, we're going to take us a break. And, guys, we're going to be back. What's up, Steven? How you doing, baby boy? We're going to be back, and we're going to go ahead and start with the trending. Right here, Devil.
You better call the police.
The Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission makes a difference. We make a difference through nonviolence. We make a difference through diversity. Hacemos la diferencia a través de la diversidad. We make a difference through education. We make a difference through service. I have a dream. I have a dream. We are a dream.
The Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission makes a difference.
Poindexter Furniture has it going on. 3-piece motion set, $1099.99. Get a free area rug when you purchase any living room suit. Ashley Bitchcraft also available at Poindexter Furniture, 1613 South Main Street in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Call 870-534-2303. Don't forget to ask for other great deals. Who's got it going on? It's Poindexter Furniture in Pine Bluff.
Hey, when was the last time you thought about credit repair? Listen, we are a financial education service, and we help to restore, rebuild, and protect your credit. Helping good people with bad credit is what we do. All you have to do is call Juanita at 404-578-9889. That's 404-578-9889. No contract, and we can restore your credit score and lower your interest rates. That's right. No matter whether you have late payments, medical bills, student loans, or just identity theft problems, we can help. We are a financial education service, and guess what? We're standing by waiting to hear from you. All you have to do is call Juanita today, 404-578-9889. That's 404-578-9889. A credit financial education service.
If you're looking for comfort food, small plates, quick bite, let me recommend David's Family Kitchen, 2301 Broadway. Southern soul food favorites is what they do best. Fried chicken, pork chops, candy yams, mac and cheese. David's Family Kitchen. They're open for breakfast 6 to 9:45. 2301 Broadway. Call your order in now, 501-371-0141. David's Family Kitchen. Comfort food, small plates, quick bite.
Your Saturdays just got a whole lot better. Real tips for real artists, real music for real listeners, real talk for real people.
Hi, I'm Kevin Riley. Join us. We're going to be lifting live.
It's really real. This and every Saturday, 12 noon on joynetradio.com.
Okay, party people, how y'all doing? Again, here with the Devil's Advocate, and of course we did a sobering moment today. You know, we had to talk about suicide, and of course for everybody, suicide awareness. Because, like I said, that's the state of the world today. And what we want to talk about also today, here's the thing I want us to depart with before we get into trending. Be aware, people, when you see people having these type of talks and having these type, I understand a lot of us are not licensed psychologists or we're not licensed counselors, but if you see somebody that's going through something or they're acting kind of quirky, sit down and talk with them.
And let me add to that, because I work with veterans.
Mm-hmm.
Also, some may not know, but remember that June is PTSD Awareness Month.
Mm-hmm.
So if you know a veteran that suffers from PTSD, like I said, try to get them help as well. Go to the VA hospital or wherever. And like I said again, it's PTSD Awareness Month. June is every year.
Yeah, thank you. Now I got to talk about some foolishness that's been going on because for those of you guys that did not see it, it seems the president decided this week he wanted to start going around here and start pardoning some people. And the people he wants to start pardoning, pardon my French, he just wants to go around pardoning anybody, and it's black folk. He want to start going
It's
around pardoning.
mainly celebrities.
What was the black woman that he pardoned? She wasn't a celebrity.
Only because of a celebrity.
Of a celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what she is? Kim Kardashian a celebrity?
Yeah. So I mean, yeah.
D-list. Wannabe.
Whatever it is, she made it happen.
She made it happen.
So I give
I
her
bet
props
she did.
I
bet she made it happen. I want to wait till the sex tape to come out.
She actually went and did what some blacks only talked about doing. So hey.
But that's my whole point. We do understand what he did was a
But
move
it's usually just celebrities that he's doing, and I'm sure that had Kim Kardashian not went to speak to him, because I know that she had been working with this lady and on a case trying to get her pardoning out of prison for years.
Right.
So this wasn't just something she just came up with. She's been working with this lady for years, so she took it upon herself to, she went and spoke to him, and hey, she's out.
She out.
I would, you know what? If I had been in prison for 21 years, I wouldn't care who would get me out.
I didn't care who get me out. I mean, a lava lamp could have got me out.
And if I'm not mistaken, I read that, I think they wanted her family to come, and they didn't want to go to the White House because of Trump. But I'm just going to say, if you going to get my child, my mother, my grandmother out, I'm going to come. Hey, we going to use each other.
Yeah.
As far as,
but Obama, he commuted hundreds
of
black people.
And people were talking,
hundreds of black people. Okay. I was just surprised to see her still in there. I was like,
but there was a stipulation of why she was still in there, because Trump and them are not going by the recommendation of the Justice Department. They're just doing it.
Right, he's just doing it, just like he did.
I mean, that's not really, they go off the recommendations from the Justice Department, and
right, you have to look at the history of the conviction. Is there anything that may have been done that may have been mishandling of the case?
Any previous convictions, any previous charges.
What kind of model citizen they've been since they've been in jail. You have to look at the range of facts. You're not going to pardon Jeffrey Dahmer.
I got a quick question, though.
Okay.
What y'all think about him pardoning Jack Johnson?
He did.
He did.
Thank you. And that's the thing. They're talking about he want to pardon Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, he's supposed to be it. Yeah.
He gone.
Which will be, I mean, he is deceased, and if he does, this will be like the fourth deceased person that's been
so it's a publicity stunt,
right?
Like Karen said, it's a publicity stunt. See, Kanye done got him all up in his fee-fees right now. I can give me some black folks. I can give me some good Negroes.
I don't think that he would. I will hope he's not.
He thinks he can.
Think that just because you're pardoning black folks that we're gonna come out and vote for you.
No, but that's the point. Why did black folks even say? I mean, okay, let's just argue that some black folks said after Kanye came out that they were gonna start. His approval supposedly jumped up. People lie on polls. That's what people don't understand about polling. Mm-hmm. Polling is so inaccurate because people say whatever a pollster wants to hear.
But this is not anything new. Every president that's been in office is going to do something to get the black vote, the Hispanic vote,
but usually they don't pardon that quickly in a term. Usually presidents wait to the end of their term.
They sure do, yeah.
Right, but he's not like any other president. He's doing basically what he wants to do.
Right, he thinks he's gangster. Right. He's always thought he a gangster.
If I'm not mistaken, I think that Jimmy Carter actually did pardon all those who were draft dodgers in his second day in office. Mm-hmm. I mean, somebody can look that up, but I think I read that. So this was, once he first got in office, because he only did one term, but I think his second day in office, he did do that.
Yeah. But see, I want anybody who's listening to this show right now who is a Trump supporter or anybody who's, and this goes out to the president himself.
Well, I would ask anyone that's not a Trump supporter, which I am most definitely not, but who wouldn't be glad that he got one of your relatives out of prison?
Depends on what he did it for.
I wouldn't care if my grandmother has been in prison for 21 years. That's not one of the conditions. And
my point is, but that's the point. Of course, you can't absolutely say that because then that's curry in favor. That's a moral ethic violation.
I don't care if he can get any of my family members if they were in prison out. I would definitely be like, okay.
But see, that's the whole point, though.
Mm-hmm.
That also talks to the state of the criminal justice system that he could give them a part when the criminal justice system decided to leave this woman in jail to rot. And see, that goes to the bigger issue. If you
Yeah,
really
'cause
want to
she
do
had
something for
life.
black folk, why don't you overhaul the criminal justice system, especially on the federal level?
Exactly.
If you really, why don't you have your bumbling Attorney General, Jeff Beauregard, the Klansman, Confederate General Sessions,
keep
get
it
out
out.
here. Go in here and look at all these federal drug cases and go out here and get these black folk out of jail. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Because I want him to hear this. I want him to hear this. It is pardon day. And we watch from the sidelines with disgust as you use your presidential powers as overseen by an orange orangutan with baby hands.
But
who's
here's the
scoffed
deal.
at
Y'all
this
act
time.
like he gonna be in there forever.
Yeah.
I mean,
look at he
he's
doing.
not gonna be in there forever. I mean, he's there now. There's nothing we can do about it. But go out and vote. That's what you can do to try to change it. But sitting back constantly arguing about it, cussing about it, fussing about it, and everybody I see is cussing and fussing on Facebook, but I don't see them doing nothing in the community or anything.
But here's my question. If we want to do stuff in the community, why don't we get out here and get our
And
people in
trust
these
me,
offices?
and it was plenty of white people, I'm sure, that they were saying the same thing about Obama, and they had to wait them 8 years out. And then when the 8 years came up, that what they did was they put him in office because they was so mad at Obama. So we just got to be just as mad and do whatever to get him out of office.
Right, and see, I don't know what the Democrats are doing right now. I don't know. See, here's the first thing I think where the problem is. One of the things they're doing, they're trying to take the Congress over. That's great, because they can stop pretty much anything he can do. And I think where the Democrats are looking at it is erroneously a short term. They're trying to sit him and take the Congress over so they can get him impeached. That's what they're doing.
His own folks really want to get him impeached.
Yeah, they
Trust
really do.
Me, a lot of his own
more
people,
moderate
but
Republicans do.
Hey, the midterm elections are about to come up, and that will tell a lot.
And it will, but see, here's the problem. What we should be doing is also getting a viable candidate to take him on for 20, because see, what Trump is not doing, he's not looking short term. He already knows that he's probably going to lose the Congress.
And what we need to be doing on the local level is trying to encourage people to vote and trying to get those that are not registered to vote. That's
Right.
what we need to be doing on a grassroots level.
Right.
That's what sitting up arguing about it, you got to take a
Right,
stand
Steve.
and do stuff. I have actually had a registration drive before at my local liquor store, but hey, I go to this liquor store all the time. And I go to this liquor store in Sherwood all the time, and I just asked the guy, like, hey, can I sit up out here and register people to vote?
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, I think he said, if it's Republican, no. And I said no. And so he let me set up outside on his property, and as people went in and out the little strip mall, I asked them where they registered to vote, and if they wasn't, I asked them would they like to become registered voters, and that's what I did. And I did my part, and I will most definitely do it again.
I did
Voter
it. I don't mind doing
registration
it again.
job. I may not go do it at the liquor store this time, but
No, because that's where black folks going to definitely show up. If you want to get some black folks to go to the liquor store.
But I needed a business that would let me stand on their property, and I go there all the time. They know me personally. They even know my dog Twix. So so they was like, yeah, sure.
Right, and see, that is what Trump does. Is that you have to understand what he's using. He's really trying to put judges in place that are going to be more conservative. He's going to probably try to see if some Supreme Court justices are going to retire. He's going to stack the Supreme Court. That's really the ultimate power that the president has, is to stack the Supreme Court in his favor, whatever his ideology is. That's what he really has. He don't really control gas prices. He really don't control any really policy. That's the Congress. That's really his job, is to stack the courts. That's what the federal district courts, that's his nominees.
And our
Supreme
job
Court
is to
get the bums out of office.
Our job is to look at all politics are local, so we need to look at who we send in to Capitol Hill.
But here's the point: when you're looking at a place like Little Rock, how do you do that when you got a state that's majority conservative?
Right.
But it can be done, and it can be done. It has been done. We have had Democratic senators and everybody there. Vic Snyder being one. So never say what cannot be done.
No, I'm not saying it can't be done.
When Obama came, it pushed a lot of the Democrats out the state. So many folks here hated Obama that They just start voting Republican.
Well,
majority.
let's understand this. You got to understand the difference between political party and political ideology. You have people here that are Democrats, but they were conservative Democrats.
Right,
like
exactly.
West Virginia and Kentucky. You have people that voted Democrat because that's what their parents voted. They were working class people. Let's just talk about the dynamics of what the political parties were. Republicans 70, 80 years ago were Northerners, and they were usually moderate and usually more what we call more financially solvent and more financially upwardly mobile people. Now your typical Republican Party is working class, old Dixiecrats, working class people, where Democrats 50, 60 years ago. Now, if you had Democrats, a segment of Democrats in the North, which kind of came around the turn of the century, those were union workers. You see what I'm saying? People that went in the union, they voted Democrat because the Republicans at the time was strictly anti-union. They were big business. They were strictly anti-union. You had, just like New York, Pennsylvania, we had all these. But those people up there, even though they were, working man people, they were very prejudiced. They were very socially conservative. They didn't like black folks in their area. They did, they worked with black people. Long black people didn't come to dinner with them. Just like New York. New York, yeah, you still got people think just because New York is a big diverse city and a diverse state, people up there vote Democrat and New York always goes blue, that people up there ain't racist. You got a lot of racist people, and they're not outside of New York City. You got people right there. How do you think you get people in New York like Peter King, who's anti-Muslim, in a city like New York City? Why should you even be talking like that? Right. And in his district, he is in a district that is very conservative, who are old, who are people who always used to vote Democrat, but after surprisingly 9/11, all of a sudden they decided they wanted to become Republican. And they took their old racist views, because New York has always had issues with race, Yusuf Hawkins in Brooklyn, New York, stuff like that. These old white, they were Italians, they were Irish people who always grew up around black people in Puerto Rico, but they just didn't really care to have them around them. They just did it because they lived in a metropolis. So when we talk about that, and this is what I'm saying, Nikki, when we say it can be done, yeah, it can be done. But what you have to do in states like Arkansas is you got to wait for people to get tired of the idiots in there.
The last time that during the presidential election that Arkansas went blue was the first time that Clinton went, and that was just because he was a hometown boy, and the state wanted to see someone from here. Right. But when it was his re-election, no, it did not. Right. So, but Arkansas has always been a red state, but
conservatively,
it has not always been just Republicans sent to Washington.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
But like he said, the Democrat Party here that's been here for the last 20 years are conservative Democrats. They like Republicans, but Democrats.
Right? They're like they're Democrats in their
moment. That's the old
right.
system, and we're having, and people don't believe this, but it is truly the younger generation that is really getting out and trying to make things happen.
Parkland shooting,
yeah.
So it's a lot of them trying to get out and make changes and stuff, and they're not, thinking about that old mindset. So,
and that's the question: can the millennials save us? Can they save us? Because it seems that the old people we lost what's left of our good mind.
I think it's about to be some new blood.
But don't get the game twisted either. You still got a lot of races. The races, we always argue the races are dying out and eventually we're going to be a majority brown country. That's true. In about another 20, 30 years, we're going to be a majority brown country. But white people, the colonizers, they so slick. Let me tell you what they do. They come and adopt our children. And then they go and raise our children with conservative values. Then they sit around here and then they interbreed.
They don't have to raise our kids for our kids to have conservative values, because for the simple fact that you have white people that are raised by certain type of parents, and once they get out there in the world, they try to think different. But trust me, racism is taught. So of course, those that are racist, they're teaching their kids. It's just a cycle. It's just a cycle.
Most black people are conservative anyway. If you think
about
about
certain things, Homosexuality, we're conservative.
Exactly. Christianity,
crime, we're a little bit more liberal about because it seems we always the ones in the system.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying to you is that
those that's conservative about homosexuality, those are the ones that's mainly listening to the church.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's mainly. I'm very liberal when it comes to that. So
I mean, I don't say about people,
know.
but we're fooling ourselves if we don't say black people are homophobic. We are very homophobic.
Exactly. Black people are mostly conservative.
Most definitely, they are
but
not.
They're gonna
me,
get that pastor that $54 million jet. They're gonna give him that.
But they will.
They're gonna give him that $54 million jet.
Yep.
We're gonna pass her.
Even in Africa, most of the people there are conservative.
Oh my God.
They're conservative.
Africans are
They'll kill you over
I
homosexuality.
don't know what happened to Christianity down in Africa. That modern day.
That white Jesus is everywhere. When I went to South Africa, I saw that white Jesus like. Golly.
Man, but what I'm trying to say, what I'm saying when you say they do, they adopt their kids and they impart upon them what I call those old family values. And I'm not saying black folks don't have family values. Mm-hmm. I'm saying our definition of what family values to us because of what our experiences in this country is totally different. But I also don't think
that certain white families are only adopting black kids to try to change their minds.
Yeah, they doing that.
Some of these people can't have kids, and it's more black people in the system than any other race, and sometimes it's because they truly want kids. It's not based on race. Some of these kids needs home. I would prefer. I would prefer someone white to adopt them and give them a good home versus leaving them in the system. If no black people are going to come and adopt them,
black folks can't keep their lights on. So all I'm saying is,
and you got to look at the reason why are most black kids in the system anyway.
But
I mean, because the parents, but then too, you also have some that the relatives don't want to take them because I got kids, I raised mine, I don't want to do it, so they end up in the system.
Black people are the we are the most counterproductive people to our own cause. But this is what I was trying to say, nigga. No, don't get it twisted. People like Madonna that adopt black kids, or Angela Jolie, or those type of celebrities that adopt black kids, they are usually very socially liberal. So they're going to teach people diversity. But I'm not about these ones that you come and then you wonder why the black kid voting Republican.
But what about
the young Republican?
Kaepernick? He was adopted by some white parents.
Who was?
Kaepernick was adopted.
Okay,
but
his family was socially liberal.
He still know his roots.
Right.
And there are a lot of
So you trying to say that I'm saying, because I see some fighting words on Nikki part here. She trying to say that I'm saying.
No, you made a very broad statement.
Yeah, then it was broad. Let me get a little broader.
It was very broad and it was incorrect.
Let me get a little broader. If you see a black person with white parents in the young Republicans. They done adopted and brainwashed that baby.
I know because you have a lot of black people that's raised by black parents that still look at Ben Carson. Look at those two women that was following
Silk and Diamond.
Whatever they name
Demon and Stink.
Hold
on. And is they not the most shoe shining
and not
grit
to mention
and egg
that we actually have some people in the group that's like that. So I'm just saying.
Okay, what that young black boy that has
that you cannot blame it on. Oh, they're like that because they were adopted by white people.
What I'm saying to you, Nick, this is what I'm saying, and I let me narrow my statement. Since you say I'm trying to be broad, since you want to fight today.
No, I'm saying you're making a broad statement and you're making an incorrect statement. Now we're gonna tell the truth.
That's not incorrect.
It is incorrect.
That's just according to my point of view. Let me use my Jedi mind trick on you.
Your point of view is being very limited.
Jedi mind trick.
So I'm just saying, I think that people that adopt kids adopt them because they really want them. Now, it is some bad cases where people abuse kids and they adopt it, but sometimes, but now you see a lot of people that's adopting kids, and like I said, we have
adopted
more
Asian kids.
We have more kids in the system, and we know people. I know maybe a handful of people that actually went out and adopted kids, but everybody else don't want to be bothered with their own kids. So.
Right?
Yeah.
They barely go adopt a pet.
Thank you. I can't understand it. Yeah. Well, dogs don't get in no trouble. You give them a little belly rub, gonna send them about their way. But I mean, it's just the fact of, and I understand it. It's just like when I see a person with adopt Asian children, and Asians and look, let's just be honest.
And some of those people, they go to other countries and adopt it because they don't have to go through all the legal hoopla over here. Sometimes it's easier to adopt kids from other countries because, you know, you got to go through being investigated, your spouse and all that, your financial. And some people don't want to even do that.
And see, and this is why, but see, here's my point. This is why I have issues with black people being conservative when we talk about political causes, because here's the thing, and unfortunately you see this a lot with black people who come from foreign countries. Well, black people should be able to get out here. In my country, we get out here and we know what socialism's like. First of all, let me explain something to you. You can't compare your who's the sister that's in Utah now, the one that's married to the colonizer.
Oh, that's
Mia
I know who
Love.
you're talking about. Mia Love, yeah.
Yeah, now see, this is what I'm talking about when we talk about black people being conservative. When you come from a country like Haiti, first of all, you don't have a homogeneous society there. Most of the people in Haiti are what? Black.
Yeah.
Here, so they don't have to deal with.
Also,
so socialism can work in Haiti.
Haiti has a big issue with racism within our own skin color.
Right.
So, I mean, really, they do. The Dominican Republic and Haiti, and I think I posted that on my wall, and it's true.
Right.
They treat darker skinned people a lot different. And so that's a whole nother issue. So I can see somebody with the mindset somebody with the mindset coming from over there. I can see them probably coming over here and wanting to marry or be with someone white because they've been so brainwashed by their own people that the darker you are, that you're not good.
Adopt our kids and brainwash them.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people that live over there. It's the racism within our own folks in Haiti is so high that I can see when they come over here, they may want to probably been mistreated by their own people so much that they decide to get with somebody else.
Well, the colonizers set that up back in the 1800s.
Right, they set that up.
That was the caste system. The lighter skin was always higher than the darker.
And
we still enslaved.
But you know what? You ain't even got to be in Haiti to deal with that. You got some people right here that deal with that.
That's true.
Now, that's true.
That's right. Because you better get your posters out because we light-skinned brothers coming back. Get you the barge posters back out. Dark-skinned brothers been taking over 20 years.
I remember growing up hearing that it used to be really bad like that in Louisiana.
Oh, yeah. Because, well, the lighter skin you were in Louisiana, more acceptable you were because you were either mulatto or you were mixed with, what is it? I'm trying to remember which was the
Creole.
The
Creole, yeah.
Right.
And you have
now,
people,
if you was a Cajun, you was raggedy.
Well, you have people here that think the same thing. You have people that think that if you're light-skinned, you're better, or you have men that only want to date women of a certain shade, and you have women that also want to date men of a certain shade.
Y'all the worst offender. I love me a dark chocolate man.
Exactly.
I love me a bald-head dark chocolate man. So what that mean for us? What about that mean for us brothers that are almond caramel colored and yellows? What that mean? You did it.
Get in where you fit in. But see, there's a difference. What you like and what you say you would never like is two different things.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying. To say I would
so
never.
Your preference
to say
prejudicial.
I like to say I like light skinned men only, and that's all I would date. I would never date a dark skinned man. That's different than saying I prefer light skinned men. But hey, if this dark skinned man approached me and he want to holler at me, I'm not going to exclude him just because of his skin
But he ain't
color.
My preference, though.
Well, we all got preferences.
I drive this Yugo, even though I really want
We all have preferences. We all have preferences.
I wonder how long it's going to be for that car to get traded. I'm just saying, we all got preferences.
I mean, and there's nothing wrong with that. You should have preferences. There's nothing wrong with it.
My three preferences: feed me, fool with me, and shut up. That's it. I don't care if you're dark skin, light skin, got fur. It don't matter. Yeah. I mean, and you got all your teeth.
And a man can do that for you too. So you gotta have a preference.
I mean, we got us a nice
So you would prefer a woman.
What?
About that. I don't know about none of that. No, that's another whole topic right there.
They crossing that. They going that far.
I know a topic that I have asked to discuss on here. So.
Okay, well, we'll let you do that. We'll just be quiet. How about that?
You should find somebody.
Brother. We'll just be quiet the whole time.
No, because we did have a picture that someone posted of the
about the woman that got a check change or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know if I believe that. She was looking a little too fine to have a sex change.
No, that used to be a man.
That used to be a man.
Yes.
Oh Lord. That need to be a man.
But that shouldn't be down low though. That's not
down low.
That's not down low.
But I wouldn't.
That's not down low. But
that's like sleeping with your cousin and find out later it's your cousin.
Well, some people have found out that a person used to be of a different gender,
and then they die.
Right. So that's a mental thing. Just mentally thinking. I would think for a man that even though this person looked like a woman, have all the woman parts, just the fact that this person still used to be what I am. I
could already think about the stuff you already did. Now you got to go to confession for.
But no, one topic that we did say we were going to discuss that is.
Good luck with that, Nikki. I'll let you have the show. You want to do it next week? I'll let you have the show. Me and Renz will be quiet.
No, it's nothing to be quiet because you guys comment on anything that's about it.
Not this.
I posted it. Remember, I posted when it was a guy who said he was down low and he wanted a wife and a family. He was being honest with the women. Yeah, I'm bisexual and stuff like that.
And then got mad because they decided they wanted to be with him. Like,
they decided he want to be with him. He's like, I want a wife and family.
That should have been part of this show today about the state of the world.
I want to have kids.
Who does that?
Yeah. So
you want to have? How do you?
And
just
as
be
a matter of fact, someone in the group said that they had a friend that has always known that he was gay, and he's been married 3 times and have kids.
Hey, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I'm confused.
That's
but
a future topic. That's a future topic.
I don't know.
That's a future topic that we could touch on. What
That'll be your
topic,
about
Nikki. Black people
I promise you, that's gonna be your
black people being homophobic. So that's the topic.
Also, we just gonna pile that all up.
But that should be.
We're gonna pile that all.
I think that's connected because they said that's why a lot of men are down low because they can't.
They're afraid to come out.
Right.
And it's usually within the black community. So that's
I'm afraid
a topic
to go in.
that we're gonna. That's a topic that we should discuss.
Yeah. Okay, fine. You want to set up for next week? Remember, we got to have our topics ahead of time.
Yeah, we can do that for next week.
We got several topics.
There's gonna have to be a snazzier line to it than that, though.
That's something we can.
We're gonna work
discuss.
on that.
Yeah.
You good luck with that. I'm gonna let you and ball for it all next week. Oh, that's wrong. 2 minutes. Okay. Well, I want to thank you guys.
Great show.
You the queen of it all next week. I promise you. Well, I feel like folks are homophobic. I'm like, I don't know. End the story. Well, let's talk about download. Don't know nothing about it. Okay, so
you may say you don't know nothing about it, but you may actually know some people that you don't realize that actually is on the DL. So
if they do, I would never ask that question.
Okay.
I'm like, nope, I don't think I want to know. But good luck with that anyway, so.
Well, it's a topic we will explore, and we do not gay
go hang out with them, and then you be at the beach, and everyone want to go in behind you.
The disclaimer is that we do not gay bash, and
no, we don't.
We're very inclusive within the group.
Yes, we are very inclusive.
So. Right.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna let you inclusively beat the hell out this topic next week. So next week, guys, that's our topic. So y'all better be ready because we're gonna go on a roller coaster ride. I won't be out of Facebook jail then because I think some coon or colonizer sat around here and reported me last week. So I want to take a minute to shout out to, of course, Black Swan Catering. And don't forget, advocates, we got the Labor Day Devil's Advocate Beat the Becky at the Barbecue. First annual Devil's Advocate Picnic. We will see you guys again next Friday, same bat time, same bat channel, with, of course, the greatest hits from each Friday. I want to thank everybody for joining Nikki G and, of course, Head Sanford and DJ with no name. Now stay tuned for Dynamic Dave and what's your show there? Oh, Black Focus. And we will see you guys next week. And don't forget, if you can't stay